When COVID hit us back in March, it gave us quite a fright. ITUs were full, the streets were empty, what a sight. We stayed at home in lockdown, but the sunshine it felt grey. Because we've all been furloughed, we'll be not at work today. We panic board the beans and flour until the shelves were clear. When I'd find bread yeast again, I haven't an idea. Some selfish buggers stuffed their fridge with goodies they had found, while the rest of us were hunting for the bog roll all around. It started with a sore throat and my chest was hard to clear. Those days at Cheltenham races, they were not a good idea. I was comed then in ITU, on the bed I was face down. The brave nurses and the doctors, they were gathered all around. With medicine and physio, recovery was slow. I'm back up on my feet again and raring now to go. But the country's still in lockdown and my friends I cannot see. At least they'll not be passing bloody COVID on to me. We watched the news each night at 5 as they counted out the dead, hoping for some common sense, got politics instead. The PPE was scarce and now the testing that we found was late and ineffective, but the death rate it came down. Then Cummings broke the lockdown, when off up north he sped. Riddled with the COVID, God knows how much of it he spread. But he clung on tight with no excuse, though his guidelines they said no. And through it all, that selfish sod, he still refused to go. The children were homeschooling and just learning bugger all. They still can't read or write, and now their grades begin to fall. They can't add up and then divide or even multiply. If I have to be a teacher, then I think I'd rather die. When Boris eased the lockdown, well, the sunshine was no more. The rain fell hard for days on end, a pattern on the door. When we finally lit the barbecue and got our family round, we all laughed and cried and drank too much and fell upon the ground. The R rate's still below the 1, I fear we're past the worst. It won't be long until our little social bubbles burst. The single people are let out to sleep with one and all. They must prevent to all our costs a population fall. We survivors stand together now, and soon we must rebuild. The key workers are still grafting and the shelves have been refilled. And on a Thursday evening when the clapping has died down, we'll never rest till COVID's dead and buried in the ground.